What's going on, everybody? This is Nick Lawson from Squad Sports. We're really excited to be supporting the Free Agent Friday series. A lot of great talent out there. Without further ado, this is the next free agent you should be signing with your sports team.
All right, we're back for another Free Agent Friday, and today I've got Tre Pickel with me. How are you, Tre?
Good. How you doing today?
Good. I'm glad that you're able to join me. So let's kind of kick it off with your college experience that you have and any degrees that you received.
Mm-hmm. So I went to college at Mount St. Joseph University. It's a small Division III school in Cincinnati, Ohio, where I graduated in 2016 with my Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a concentration in marketing. From there, kind of stayed in the Cincinnati area, working different customer service, call center jobs, also working with the Cincinnati Bengals in more of a customer service role, and then with the Cincinnati Reds in a sales role.
When you were in school, did you know at that point you wanted to work in sports, or at what point did you kind of decide that was the path you wanted to go?
Sports has been a passion of mine since little kid. Obviously, as a little kid, you grow up wanting to play in college, play in the NBA. So I had that opportunity to play in college a little bit,
Nice.
but I'm like, you know what? You come to that realization that this is it for me. So
I've reached the pinnacle here.
yeah. So it's like, you know what? Like, I love sports, love talking about sports. Why not just make it a career? So,
Nice. Is basketball kind of your sport? Is that your number one sport?
oh, most definitely. Yeah. My dad had videos of us sitting around the TV when we were very little, and then kind of humming the ESPN song as it comes on, like da-na-na, da-na-na. So
Who's your favorite team then for NBA?
so kind of biased right now just from working with the Stockton Kings. So I have two teams. My West Coast team would be the Sacramento Kings, and then East Coast team would be Boston Celtics.
Okay. All right. So when you were in school, did you have any internships at all?
Yeah, so my senior year, I guess you could say I did an internship with the basketball team. So I stopped playing after my junior year. Senior year, I switched over to a student assistant coach role. So being able to help out and kind of be on the backside of things to kind of see how everything really comes together versus just being a player. And then just as a player, you see everything, it's there already. You don't really know what goes into getting preparing for everything. So I did that when I was a senior. And then I also did a year or two, like I mentioned, with the Cincinnati Bengals as a leading game day staff member. So I was in and out of the suites, checking on everything, and make sure everybody's having a good time. And there were some other events that I had worked as well with the Bengals.
Any other internships that you've had?
Right out of school, I guess I would say as well, I had a internship with the Cincinnati Reds as a single game ticketing intern. So what I did was I was selling kids memberships. There was days where we would come to the office and we dial out to this long laundry list of names, trying to get them come out the ballpark, get them kids memberships, and then I was well at the ballpark, kind of going around talking to people, saying, hey, what do you think about joining our kids club? It's X, Y, Z. It includes all this and that. What do you think?
How about I saw you were with Living Sport for probably one of their trips. What was that one?
So I went on the Living Sport trip last summer, 2019, in Athens, Greece.
Nice.
Athens is amazing if you haven't been, but we worked an open swimming event.
Okay.
So people came in from all over the world to come to this event to swim, team swimming. We kind of did the setup, tear down, worked in between, kind of handing out water and snacks to people. honestly just conversing with the swimmers and also just their staff as well, just to make sure everything is set up and good to go, and up to their liking, their standards.
And then, so you joined the Stockton Kings. Was that kind of your first full-time role then?
Yeah, Stockton was my first full-time role. Been here in Stockton since last May 2019. Left Ohio and moved up to California here. So
How'd
been
you
out
like
here ever
that
since.
transition?
The transition itself, once I actually got out here, it's been amazing. But moving across the country in a car, myself, my two brothers, my mom, my brother, and my dog, not ideal. But from being out in California, I love the weather, love the food. Beach is always amazing. Going on a couple different hikes recently with my girlfriend as well. So it's been amazing.
So what kind of things were you working on with Stockton? I know you were account manager. Were you doing sales? Was it more service?
So the great thing about working with the Stockton Kings, the NBA G League, is that you kind of have your hands in a little bit of everything. So my main role as account manager, I was doing sales. But also with sales, we got to contribute to building out these theme nights as well. So we kind of went to the event planning role, and I actually had planned out this Latino Heritage Night that unfortunately due to COVID wasn't able to happen, but being able to do sales, event planning, there was times where we would service our own accounts just because such is out of the office, such and such is busy. So being able to try to really just juggle everything. And I know we, even with NBA teams, like front office, they usually have staff members that would set up their kid zone or their play area for kids during games, whereas we had to do that ourselves.
Okay.
So a lot of different things, a lot of different roles, and a lot of different hats that we had to put on.
The life of minor league sports, man. It's the fun times.
But I love it though. Like it's great to really just have the opportunity to dabble in so many different things.
What's kind of your ideal position that you're looking for now?
Looking to move up as far as a senior account manager role, or even on the service side as well. Just because I love building those relationships with clients, with customers, with guests, that it's all, they just want to have a good time. And they're looking to me to have that good time. So if I can provide that opportunity to them to come out to a game, have an amazing time, and I can see them at that game laughing, smiling, taking pictures, my day is made. I've done my job.
Yeah. Real rewarding when you're out there and see that. Are you open to relocation as well?
I am open to relocating in the Northern California area, just because actually my girlfriend is a school teacher out here, and she actually just starts school next week. So,
man, they go back early.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's crazy here, and California schools are going back later this month, where Ohio schools aren't going back till September.
What would you say is your biggest skill or asset that you'll bring to a new position?
My biggest asset, I would say, would be communication. And sometimes I've been told that I over communicate. So, because I know whether it's my manager, whether it's customers, guests, whether it's other team members that I'm working with, you have to have that communication. If it's not communicated properly, on miscommunication, it won't be done correctly. So as far as sales, you have to communicate and listen to what that person is telling you. And sometimes they won't tell you directly, but indirectly. And then obviously with event planning, it's working with these groups, the arena, and what we can actually do on our end really has to be able to work together and communicate that as well.
What's the area you need to work on the most?
With first season in sales, I would think obviously you could better at closing no matter how many years in the business you've been in, but definitely want to work on closing more. I know once COVID hit, I was second, leading our team second in total revenue sales. I think about the previous season, so beating 2 of those people out as far as sales go, but wanting to get better at closing and getting those higher dollar figures.
How would you define success?
Success for me, I think I've noticed it as our season went on, that we had a few newer hires come on a couple of months after me, maybe 3 months, something like that after me. And as time started going on, they were coming and looking to me for, how do you do this? What do you say to this? How do you write this email? And that showed me that I'm doing something right, that they want to look up to me and say, he's doing something right. Let me see what he's doing, how he's writing this, how he's making this phone call, the terminology, just shifting it a little bit can make a world of a difference.
Oh yeah, big time. How about a fun personal fact about you?
I guess fun personal fact, and I think I honestly use this all the time, but I was born in Alaska.
Alaska?
Yeah, so my dad was in the military. Was only there for a very short amount of time. People always ask me, oh, was it cold? I'm assuming it was.
Duh.
But after that, moved to Ohio, and then that's all I know of Alaska.
What part of Ohio are you from?
Originally from Dayton, but kind of went to college in Cincinnati and stayed in Cincinnati for a few years.
Gotcha. I lived in Canton, Ohio for 7 years. So,
Okay.
But yeah, no, that's awesome. So have you ever been back to Alaska since then?
I have not. Actually, years ago, the plan was to go back to Alaska with my family. We flew out and we landed one night in LA, and my dad woke us up, said, change of plans, we're going to Hawaii, not Alaska.
So was that planned and he just like was messing with you guys?
I don't know. The plan, when we left Ohio, we were going to Alaska. When we got to LA, we're going to Hawaii. So I don't know if he always had that idea in his mind already, but it was kind of funny.
Not a bad place to go, I guess.
No, not at all. So I was like, okay, yeah, I can do that too.
Yeah. Hey, we'll go.
Yeah.
Well, Trey, I appreciate you joining me. I definitely enjoyed chatting with you, man. I think you'll be back in it soon, and I think you got a bright future ahead of yourself. So just hang in there and keep in touch.
I promise you as well. You have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for having me on today.